Hey guys, how's it going? Looks like Emerald started up. I wonder if he lost power or something. Figured I'd come up and chat with everybody. I saw there were several people in here. So, hey Zach, how's it going, buddy? Dang, I already made two people mad. I hop up here and two people just went poof. Hi Valentine, how's it going? Long time no see. Hope everything's going good. Right on. Thank you, Zach. Just don't let Emerald see you throwing that pie. He gets a little touchy about wasting pie. Saw the title that said doctor says it's cancer. I'm not sure what that's about. I am not sure. I didn't know if Emerald was going in for anything or if that was for Bruce, because I know Bruce was going in to get a spot on his face checked out that might have been melanoma. He was going to try a new fish line. Nice. I still got some of that. The name brand is Cable. They claim it's they claim it's like as strong as a steel cable. But if you ever get a chance to, and if you ever find it, there's a brand out there of fishing line. It's called Cable, and I've never broke it. Well, on a fish, I've had to break it on purpose before because I got stuck on the rock with a lure. But or I should say, not on a rock, but between several large rocks. Hey, Don.
Evening, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Can you hear me with this thing? Is this thing on?
Yes, sir. Hear you perfect tonight.
Wonderful. I was having some Bluetooth audio issues last night, so
That's
couldn't
what
get
Emerald
on.
said. Yeah.
So, doctor says it's cancer.
I have no idea. That's why I came up too to find out who in the heck has cancer.
Oh, it's me.
You?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
I,
Uh, like, like severity wise.
low, low. It's skin cancer, and it's what is it? Something melanoma, something,
Right.
and they're gonna whack it off,
Nice.
and we'll be done with it.
Do you make sure? I don't know if you like that type of shirt, but they've got these sun blocker shirts that I wear. They're like a long sleeved and they're even a hoodie, but they're really cool. They're real thin and really cool, and they block the sun. But they've got them out there. I started wearing those to keep from getting as much sun.
Okay, good to know.
But I know, but they're
Most of mine's my
it's
head. I've never
oh
worn
cool.
headgear. I should wear a hat in the sun, and I don't.
Yeah.
I do
And see,
now, but
that's one thing I've always had a hat on, whether it be something. I don't go out without a hat usually. I got too used to it.
well, the cancer's not real big. I mean, if you ask the wife, it's huge, but it's not. I've actually shown it to you guys before. It's on the top of my head,
Yeah. Still
and
concerning.
yeah, it is. It's concerning, but I'm not gonna. I've already had one bout with cancer on my left jaw. They had to cut
Uh,
that bitch out, and you know, but it got rid of it, and I didn't have it anymore, and it was not a problem after that. And we'll do exactly the same thing with this, and
well,
I'm good with that. So I'm not
and
It's not gonna. No, I'm not that Mr. Negative. Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Right. Well, and they've got so many amazing treatments now that.
Yeah, dude. And here's the thing, just to the dermatologist doctor today, and he did a biopsy on 2 little places on my head. He says they're probably cancer, but we're going to do
Right.
the biopsy nonetheless. Checked the wife over, and she's cancer free. She's pretty pleased about that. But
Nice.
he said, yeah, these are probably cancerous. But you know, once we get the biopsy back, we'll figure out what to do. But the long and the short of it is, we're just going to cut it out. I was like, just like last time. Well, really? He says. I said, yeah. It's not my first rodeo, so we're good.
I'll admit that melanoma is one of my concerns because ever since I was young, you know, being up on the roofs and stuff like that, I've never worn.
Should be.
Yeah.
It should be in your head that this is something that can happen to you. Okay.
Yep.
Especially in your line of work and you know where you're at and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Incoming pie. Shh, don't tell Don.
Oh, hey, school, Missouri. Wow. Zach, everybody. Cool.
See there, right? I had cancer, but cancer got AIDS and shit took care of itself. So there you go. There you go. Skull knows what I'm talking about.
Well, you know, it's even like, oh, my bad.
I'm not even in the least bit worried. You want to know how unworried I am about the cancerous portion of it? I'm more concerned about the billing. I would rather get it done now this year because my deductible has been paid off with those 2 heart attacks and a fucking. I've already paid my deductible, so I'm good. So anything now is a freebie. So if we're gonna do it, let's do it now.
Before
free healthcare and shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I know. You know, it's amazing. Even like 20 years ago, my dad passed away 20 years ago from prostate cancer. And if he would have gotten that today, he would have been able to live a pretty much regular life for quite a while. Because now if they catch it, there's a lot of different things they could do. 20 years ago, you know, they had some things they were testing, but they didn't have it.
Right.
So
they didn't have the technology and the stuff they know today. And they know a lot of stuff today.
Oh, yeah.
If I could offer one piece of advice to everybody, it's see a doctor. No matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, if you see a doctor once every year, once every 5 years, once every 10 years, then when the shit sneaks up on you, it ain't the worst thing in the world. You can catch it early. If you catch the shit early, you move on.
Right. Yep. And one thing that I found out recently, if you've got a member in your family that's had a certain, especially like if you're a male and had a male in your family that had a certain type of cancer, get checked for that pretty regularly.
Yep.
I had no idea, but apparently that stuff is can be genetic.
It can be. Yes, there are tags that they have in chromosomes that'll tell you whether it's predominant or not predominant. But if you see the doctor once a year, and you know what, I recommend it. Even if you just go to the emergency room once a year and have them do some blood work and say, listen, check me out, see if I got cancer. So, I mean, with the diabetes that I have and the heart attack that I have, they take enough blood and do enough fucking lab work on it to tell me what I got. So I'm getting a full panel once a year. Full panel charges my insurance company $1,400, but it's worth it.
Yeah. That $1,400 a year could save you several $100,000 in a few years.
Again, cost me nothing. Cost the insurance company $1,400, and I'm sure they got a deal where they get it for a lot less. I'm sure of that.
True.
I mean, it's like United Health Corp talking to what is it, LabCorp. So yeah, I'm sure there's a deal there somewhere.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm not gonna let it. It's not. It's just not.
Right on.
I'm honestly not thinking about it.
Fire in the
Damn.
motherfucking bowl.
Fireball, baby. So yeah, Wiz, it's cancer, and I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah, nobody gets out alive, brother.
What's that?
Nobody's getting out of this motherfucker alive.
Exactly. Nobody gets out of this motherfucker alive. So
Fire in the motherfucking bowl.
it is what it is. And part of my cancer, my anti-cancer protocol is this here bowl.
Mine too, brother. Mine too.
I look at it this way. You know how many things probably should have killed me in the last 45 years, yet I made it through it. So I figure this is just gravy that I got going on right now. So if something happens, I'm still lucky.
Thank you, Skull. Yeah,
What
it's been a
happened
hard
to the
day.
dog?
It appears he got hit by a car or a truck or something.
Oh
Taking
my
it.
God. Oh
one?
Jesus fucking. Oh
Oh.
my. Jesus.
Which one? Which one?
Prince, the puppy, the
Oh.
male puppy, Prince.
Oh man.
Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I heard that.
That was a hard day. We were hoping he was just staying away because Ranger came back after eloping with Ricky. He was in heat, and I thought he was just keeping his distance. And I was like, "Wait a minute, this is day 2, and he ain't coming to get his eggs." Yeah, because I give him eggs, every day. And so I went looking for him.
Dude, if I don't know where my dogs are for 15 minutes, I go looking for them. I'm serious. If they're out of my man, fuck.
I don't care how big of a man a person thinks they are. Every person that loses a puppy, it tears your heart out.
Oh yeah.
But on a side note, a happier note, Ricky is pregnant. And so we've got to hear in the appropriate amount of time, we'll be having puppies again.
That's wild though. Got hit by the car. I mean,
Yeah, Dan crawled off the side of the road into the
was
crash.
it chasing the car? I guess, or like
I don't. Yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna slip away for a minute.
All right. Yeah. They usually run, racing the cars.
car. Yeah. Yeah, I've like swerved and like so many. They come out and they're just like in the road practically. They're just like, "Hey, I'll bite your tire off." My brother had just a canine, just a fucking. Oh, I know canine just means dog, but German Shepherd. And that thing would just go, and it literally bit somebody's tire. Like,
Oh, really?
it almost gnawed it.
They weren't usually aggressive or getting in the road with the car. They were usually just racing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. But he was young cat. Probably got out there and got a little bit too loose with it, I guess. I hope somebody didn't pretty much try to run it over.
Right. That's,
Some people are
everything. But yeah, I don't hold anything like that.
What was his name?
Prince.
Oh, the Prince.
and Princess.
Man, that sucks, dude. I was actually watching some of your gardening videos earlier.
Oh, really?
I kept up, yeah. I've been trying to get into more like looking into stuff like I used to. Just surfing around on YouTube or doing stuff. I don't do that hardly anymore. I don't do nothing but work and have fun and hang out with you guys and get high. I'm not even keeping up with what the news says.
When you're Huckleberry, when you're optimistic, it's mild. That's what mild is when you're optimistic.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, I agree
Hey,
with that. Platoon, I like your new got the
yeah, it's been a hard day.
that is wait, so it happened today?
No, it happened on the night of the full moon, and I hadn't
Yeah.
seen them for the day. But you know, the other one, I asked around, and they were saying, yeah, we've seen him, and so I didn't go any further because he was hiding from Ranger a lot. Because
Mm.
Ranger was still all enzymed up from Ricky being in heat. So the endorphins were all taken over, and
Mm.
yeah, so Prince was
Yeah.
making it scarce. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to get argued with or fight with him. So,
Mhm.
so I just figured he was keeping it away. And then on the second day of him not coming to get his eggs in the morning, I went looking for him. I was like, no, this didn't feel right. And sure enough,
Yeah.
it happened on the 13th.
I had a cat go missing, the last cat we owned at the last house, and about 3 or 4 days, and we were just calling for the cat, Mimi, I guess the cat's name, I forget. And sure enough, dude, we went down to the back of the yard, and there's a fence, just a little wired square fence, and it somehow got trapped underneath the bottom, probably chasing a field mouse. And when it got through the one side of the fence, it turned around and it pinned itself basically in a U shape. Its body was stuck in a U shape underneath the fence. It was pretty sad to see it just sitting there, like just dead. Who knows how long Mimi was probably pinned under there and, couldn't
Yeah.
call for help. Maybe, who knows?
Hey, there's my Huckleberry. What's up?
Huckety Huck. Hopping on up, fresh on the
Dante,
scene.
come on back, buddy. Come on back. It's
Yeah,
where
Don.
where did Singularity go?
He did kind of just vanish. I
Yeah,
didn't consulate. Yeah, I don't even have health insurance. I skipped out on that and even the dental, and I just got vision. So I've got vision insurance. But the reason why is because I don't plan on staying at this job forever.
right.
Maybe by the end of the year, I got to do something.
But yeah, but I made some silver today. I did get some stuff done as well. So
You what? You made silver or like earned
colloidal
it?
silver. Yeah, I make colloidal silver.
Oh, the colloidal. Okay.
I got
I need
a bunch of
me
it
a
made.
batch. Should sell it online.
Dude.
I'd probably buy some.
Yeah.
I got to go to that website again.
I can get you some, send you some. Sure.
I got to go to the little website. It still got the Revenge Tour gear up there. Somewhere here in the next month or two, I plan on buying some more off there. Welcome
I
back.
swear I pulled 15 pounds of tomatoes out of the garden today.
That's the video I seen all them tomatoes
Oh
growing.
no, you ain't seen them all now. It's much more now.
Yeah.
I had to
Big
build a
Glass
tray.
Mafia.
I had to build
Yeah.
a tray for them. It's yeah.
This
there's
new
a lot.
phone, this
They're
new phone
heavyweight.
kicks me. This new phone kicks me offline if I get a phone call. It like
Oh.
kicks me offline. So if I just
Oh.
disappear out of nowhere, you know what happened?
Yeah, we got a phone. But yeah, I think I pulled out about 15 pounds of tomatoes out of the garden today.
Yeah, but with those tomatoes you were holding up, that's like 5 tomatoes.
Well, I pulled out about a dozen tomatoes out of the garden today. Put it that way. Yeah, some of those tomatoes, 2 or 3 pounds a piece. You're right. I probably pulled 20, 30 pounds.
They're small red pumpkins, dude.
Yeah. My brother came out to get a tomato and he picked up one and he's like, it's so big. He says, I can take this into 3. And he broke a piece of it off and set the other piece back on the table. He's like, that's all I need. You know, he broke off a third of it.
Right.
I mean, it was kind of velvet, you know what I'm saying, super growed. And yeah, it wasn't round.
Singularity.
So he just broke off him a third of it, man. It was like, that's all I needed. Thanks.
Nice. Oh, dude, I've got little goji berries popping up freaking everywhere
Nice.
inside of that place that I put. So, yeah. Make sure I need to make sure over text that I got your address so I can send those to you.
Hey, Lisa.
I got it somewhere though. You gave me your address before. I just don't seem to have it down anywhere. If you want to send it to me in a text though, I'll send a couple to you.
Just cleaned the bowl out the other day. It was pretty wicked black. Just let it sit in that rubbing alcohol overnight and then just get a Q-tip. Doopy-doopy-doo.
Yeah, I didn't get any videos made today. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Yeah, I can't find your address anywhere in my contacts, dude. My bad. I know you gave it to me before. I just apparently didn't copy it over into contacts. So if you could send that to me again, hopefully within the next week or two, I can get those sent to you. As soon as I can get them dug up safely, they can be transplanted. Hi, Lisa. The scariest part of them when they grow, they're growing off the root. So you've got to cut that root and then you've got to leave them in the ground for, a little while longer so they start to establish themselves. If you cut that root, dig them right up, then they don't like that very much and it takes them longer to grow.
Right.
But I'll go in tomorrow and cut a few more roots so they're independent plants and they'll thrive pretty good.
Nice.
We've got some little cherry tomatoes, but it's nothing. Go ahead.
I got a place to put them. Those goji berries with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I say, unless you want them going everywhere and going insane, you've got to kind of dig that. Even if you use plastic, go down in the ways to where it won't rip past that, and you can basically create a shape with that plastic, and it'll just keep growing out that way, and it'll follow that shape of that, of where you contain it to. So, like you were talking about putting it as a border plant. If you just put those 2 plants in and let them grow and just make sure it couldn't go left or right, but just straight, it'll just keep rooting out that direction and going straight. And within several years, you'd start getting a pretty good line of them.
Sweet. Yeah.
And those little pricks are thorny. I proved it again today how thorny they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like Lisa's got a pepper plant going. I love some pepper plants. You can just put it in your compost or wherever.
Don T, if you're listening, Zach wants me to tell you freedom-free healthcare.
Comes with a free Obama phone.
That's root there.
And I voted for the guy. Come on.
I did. I didn't. I don't know. I guess this is how we say root around here.
Yeah. I'm a rit rat. Not a hood rat. I'm a rit rat. I don't know what I'm saying. Not rut, it's root.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently I say when I get to talking, I don't articulate as well. I get to blabber and
like, do you say caramel like I do here in the South, or do you say caramel?
caramel.
There you go. Roof.
And I thought I was saying rut. It comes out. I don't sounds. I don't know. Somebody say rut for me.
Root.
Root.
Yeah,
Root. Like you're rooting
Um,
on the team.
that's what I'm saying. Is rut, right?
You guys kill me. Accent. Hey, you can't stop your accent. You're born in some sort of, you know.
So tell Don T I don't know something funny. I can't think of
Something about it in old school. Goals are right. Sorry, Huckleberry. I can't. I don't know. I think I'm saying it right, but apparently it comes out different. That's what's weird. In my head, it sounds the same as what you guys are saying it, but apparently it must not. But I know a lot of slang is like that.
You don't really have much accent, you know. I mean, it's pretty much just plain American. I don't
Just
see why
some-
you have to say root. You know better. Talk like an Englishman. I don't know.
It's a mispronunciation. Okay, it's a mispronunciation.
I
that's
always
the-
get my accents wrong. Like I'll say, "Oh, I'm sounding Irish now," but I'm actually sounding British or some shit. I always fuck it up.
root. A root.
Camel toe. Empty jerk.
Yep.
Skull says.
Moose knuckle.
Wiz, what do you got planned for tomorrow?
Skull.
Moving rock.
Move a rock?
Root.
Moving clay and rock. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I gotta
Is it a big rock or like, you know?
I gotta load up an 8-foot trailer full of clay and rock and then unload it at the
Like how many yards worth?
Oh, about 2 yards per trailer.
Okay. That's some effort right there.
Shovel and
Oh, I know.
I get to load it up with a backhoe. Right. I gotta unload it with a shovel and a wheelbarrow.
Cool.
And I Huckleberry, I know your old man was a farmer, so I know he said root too. My bad, guys.
Zoom, I haven't gone fishing yet. I haven't tried it out yet.
Oh, Lisa, did someone not answer her question? We were talking about Don had a light skin cancer.
Yeah, it's a skin tag on top of his head.
Sorry, I
That
just
he's
had to get that out there.
I have
Tonight's drink?
gone fishing.
Go ahead.
I actually haven't gone fishing yet, so
It's been years for me. Come on now.
no.
I would love to just go fishing.
I just life happens so much, and there's so much that's got to get done.
You got to make time for it, though, too. I mean, it's just excuses. I know I could easily do it if I really put myself up to it.
The worst part is, and I know what Emerald's saying, is unless you can relax to fish, you may as well not be fishing, because if you got a lot of stuff to do, it's going to be bugging you the whole time you're fishing, and you may as well just pack up and go do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stand it up and watch him fall. That's
Kind
funny.
of like you got to earn it, that kind of deal. You know, it's one of those things for me. I got to earn my off, and if I don't feel like I've earned it, then it's no fun.
You got to be able to get that relaxation.
Now,
And
when I
if you're
finish,
not feeling it, it's not going to work.
once I finish this foundation for the north wall, I'll probably go big. But yeah, it's a drag.
I wish I could come up there and just kidnap your ass and go fishing.
Hey, Glass.
Well, I've got about
4 in the
three
morning, I'll
more
pop
trailers.
up.
I got about 3 more trailers to offload before I'm done with
Oh,
that.
I'll help you. We'll get them done real quick.
That would be the shit, dude. It really would be.
I got it. Man. I can freelance and just get out of here.
Gonna
I
be a
got
hot.
a friend
little
who
bit.
would just give me a
Be ready.
landscaping job automatically.
Make sure you got a good hat. Give you some
Oh,
shade
yeah.
on your face.
I'm used to wearing even a hard hat at some locations where you got, caterpillars and all kinds of shit around you.
Well, you want something to shade your face with, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I've got my straw hat, other hats. I've got some canvas or just, what do you call it? But anyway, I've got plenty of them. That's for damn sure.
But yeah. So
Man, I put up so much money for landscaping. I bought some really good trouser boots or like trench boots. I forget not trouser. They're called trench boots or something. And man, if I could show you them, dude, they are steel. I mean, they're at least $250, $230.
right.
Steel toe and all this. Probably a little overkill for the job, really. Because you kind of want something lightweight when you're walking around everywhere landscaping. You got to walk miles and miles every day.
I catch up for spending a chunk on work boots, but the thing is, you can buy. Oh, my bad, Emerald.
I'm sorry. Fire in the bowl. He's trying to slide by. There.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sneaky.
With the expensive work boots, I look at it this way, and well, it's not this way so much more, but you could spend, $40, but you're going to have to buy 3 or 4 pairs in a year, whereas the $200 ones will last you 5 or 6 years. But now there's not anybody that does repair anymore, so
On the
not here anyways.
repairing of what?
Boots, like a good
yeah.
pair of Red Wings. It used to be where we had people around here where you could take them into a boot repair shop.
It is getting harder and harder. We had a place out in Cool Springs Mall shut down after the pandemic. Basically, he worked there every day, though. This guy was there every day, open to close. I forget if he's Korean or what, but I mean, he ran that place. Like a lot of these, even the food court, there's some guys there like pretty much every day, dude, open to close. And I just don't see. I mean, that's the whole thing. They can come over here and work harder than us, so they want to replace us, with people that are just going to keep working day in, day out.
These boots that I got, boots that I got now, my work boots, they cost me $189, but I also got them in 2014, and they're still solid boots. So that's
Glass Mafia. No, Miss Miriam ain't unloading the trailer. No.
But I've got speed in the game, plus I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to working on these fine grade watches. I mean, I've perfected it on opening the cases for all the watches. I came up with a new idea to pound it off with a certain wedge or what do you call it? Chisel. I made the chisel it was a band tool that you take watch bands off of, but it was all stainless steel and big and nice. So I just went ahead and put it on the bench grinder, grinded it down to where it's just basically a flathead, just a really sharp little flathead, and just chisel, boom, knock the back like right off the Movado watch or any type of fine grade, where the back just doesn't have a lip. You're like, where do I do this? No, you take this chisel and tap, 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 boom, it comes right off. Didn't even leave a mark hardly. I mean, because you try to get it with these case knives where you're twisting, you're pulling, you're jabbing into the watch, you skid across the back. And you look at the back of a watch where most people work on it, there's skid marks everywhere. Sorry, I'm blathering. I got about 10 minutes or less before I got to get off.
Right on. Huckleberry, I got to disagree with you. I've seen women throw hay bales onto a trailer, walk in the field, tossing hay bales. So don't give me that. That's too hard of a job for a girl.
There's 2 girls doing landscaping there last time. Granted, I saw them bullshitting around when I was just going around the corner. I was like, they aren't working hard. But
she's been working on the aluminum can pile. She's been crushing aluminum cans for us, and there's a lot of them. She's been making good headway with that project.
All those parties you got, the beer cans.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that bin that I built. That big ass bin that I built. Well,
anyway, you can bring a pack or 2 of cigarettes. I'll send you some dough.
But
what was that, Emerald?
She's been working on trying to get that bin that I built for the aluminum cans. Did you see the video on there?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, she's working on it. It's getting there, but yeah.
Okay.
Hey, crushing those cans, that's a workout too. When you get to crushing those cans.
Oh yeah. And the mess that was made, where it was basically ended up being a pile, inundated with leaves, sticks, and branches and stuff like that. So,
right.
So she's been cleaning that up and getting those cans crushed and stuff. They were in a makeshift bin, but it fell apart after 3 or 4 years. Yeah. So this one should stay together for quite a while.
Nice. Yeah, that is true, Huckleberry. Even growing up on the farm, 2 of my sisters were kind of girly girls. They didn't do any of that. My other sister, though, she scared the hell out of me. Hell, she's only 5'4", and she still scares the hell out of me. She was always out there doing the farm work and stuff. So, but the other 2 were definitely girly girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miriam's doing good. She's they went and looked at a camper van today. But she's looking for a kind of like a van camper. You know what I'm saying?
On those van life type things. Yep.
Yeah.
Shit, I was just looking at a place that had a bunch of those. And there was a dealership in Missouri, actually.
There's
that
several.
had yeah, it was on, that traderonline.com. If you go to their RV trader, they had a place from I think it was like Independence or something like that. There was a place in Independence that had like 6 of those vans done up.
Yeah, they got several of those places right around us over here too. So
nice.
Next.
Tell her to find a 4-wheel drive one, then she could really see America. Get up on some trails and shit.
The one they went to look at today was more like a Gulfstream kind of conversion.
Oh yeah.
And it was nice, and it was only like 17K. And
that's not bad.
And it had 35,000 miles on it. Good shape and everything.
Nice.
The AC will need some work on it. But 17K was pretty good. So she's working on trying to figure out what she wants to do. If she wants to do that.
Tell her to look up to tell her to look up an earth roamer.
Yeah, well, he's not, got that deep of a pocket or something. But,
Yeah. So, some of those are fun to dream about, but not really. They're not
Right.
wise to purchase. They make you go broke.
For like a basic conversion van at this point, top with a bed in the back of it.
Right. Well, and they've got those small pop art RVs that are basically like just an extra wide van, but they end up having a bathroom and everything. It's where you have a bathroom and a shower. And they're not real big. Those are good ones.
Yeah. Well, he's looking. Brandon's helping him with it. And
I'm not sure what type of mileage or year yet, but generally all those RVs though are low mileage. But there's a lot of like 2000, 2001 that still only have like 80, 90,000 miles on them that are just small RVs.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I just
Now some of them are a little big, and that's one thing that the good thing about the van.
She's scared of driving them when they get to it.
Yeah, and I was just going to mention that some of those bigger ones, even the bigger vans, you have to have at least a Class B. For a Class C, those little vans work out perfect for people with a regular license. Hey, dear Butch.
What's up, everybody? What's up, there, Butch? Welcome in.
Yeah, everybody's hopefully doing good out there. I know I miss seeing Nightingale come up in the chat. Max, hadn't seen him in a minute.
Valentine was on a little bit earlier. I hadn't seen her for a while. I was glad to see her.
She works a lot. Yeah.
Rolls, not rolls.
I'm re-streaming you right now. Oh, right on.
Oh, okay. Hey, welcome to the Dear Butch Show. We are right.
Yeah.
All of you in Dear Butch's chat. You guys know Dear Butch is a crossdresser, right? I mean, no judgment. We're cool with it, but just so you know, no.
Yeah, you seen that wig he's got? Keeps calling it a mullet.
Yeah. That thing's got braids. It ain't no mullet.
I know, right? Yeah, no, he's cool. Got him. But yeah,
You're welcome, Butch.
he didn't. Yeah, right. Yeah, but he didn't blow himself up on the 4th of July, so you get my thumbs up.
Driving mini moving truck, she should be able to drive anything. You would think, but hell, driving just a one of those big Isuzu landscaping trucks, backing up, I might have dinged into a plant or like Chick-fil-A. Like I dug up somebody's plant, and I'm like, well, I'm in landscaping, I could probably fix it. But the manager actually was rolling in at that time for that Chick-fil-A, and he was just like, whatever. He's like, that's cool, man. And I just remember being like, well, I guess my job here is done. I'm either fixing plants or wrecking them. Backed right up over the edge into it. Because the tail like leans out, you got that lowered tail coming out. And it's hard to judge when you're backing up with that thing.
Okay.
I got a friend who just started driving big rigs all across the country.
Just in case there's new people at Dear Butch's and you guys are still watching, we were joking. Dear Butch is actually a good guy. So yeah, I just got to thinking, crap, maybe he has some new people there that'll believe us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love him. Yeah, he's like that crazy Uncle Joe. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no, no. I have to take that
Or
back,
like
Joe.
our crazy
Can't
Uncle
say that
Don.
no- Can't say that no more. That's like kind of weird now. But
yeah.
yeah.
We just he's that one you love him, but when he comes over late at night, you just turn the lights off and pretend you're not home.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, shit. Yeah. Flick the lights off. Oh, we don't see this person here. Doesn't compute.
Oh, right on, Lisa.
What the hell does cheese taste amazing, but also like numbness? What?
Oh,
What's that?
Scolded. This cheese tastes amazing, but also like numbness. I'm like, what?
I think
How does that work? That medicated cheese or some shit?
man.
Right?
too many mixed drinks before typing it, maybe.
Dude, I got some new buds that are just sticky and compact, little nugs, man. It's much better than what I've
Fire in the bowl, guys. Really. Fire in the bowl.
just the big one. It's decent stuff. I mean, it's not knock your shoes, feet, and socks off, but it's damn near like it's relaxing, but it's kind of in the couch.
This is brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
.com.
Yeah.
Good Irish cheese. Yes, Huckleberry. I would agree. She had to run to the Walmart, so I got a little extra time.
Right.
And I told her, give me some cigarettes, damn it. While you're out there. Because I know I can't go. I've been working all day. What's up?
I actually started pulling in. I pulled in half a dozen okra the other day.
Oh, I love okra.
Right.
Nice.
So it's starting. It's starting. I'll have
Yeah.
to check it 3 or 4
See,
days
my
now.
mom, she'll eat those like raw or not fried, like boiled or cooked, whatever. I like them fried. They're so slimy. They've got to be fried for me. I mean, but push come to shove, I'm sure I'd love them any damn way.
Yeah, they're
never-
better fried. I'll say that. But they're
I
also
like
good in stews. They're good in
Some-
stews too, but because they thicken up the stew.
Mm-hmm.
I've never grown them before. Are they pretty easy to grow?
Yeah, actually, they're not bad at all. Start them on a wet table and transplant them into the garden. Boom.
Right on.
What
time are they a spring plant or a spring planter? Or
right. Probably plant them like the late April.
okay, right on.
Yeah, so up to late April. I actually started mine in late March, last week of March.
Right on. I might try them next year. There's a lot of that stuff that I need to start adding because right now I got several rows of tomatoes, several rows of beans, several rows of corn. I need to split it up a little bit.
Right. Well, they just remember that they're a hot weather plant. The okra, so they grow slowly until it gets hot, and once it gets hot, then they grow like crazy. Those, they've grown.
Okay,
in
so,
a week. Yeah,
so around July here they'll take off like crazy.
correct. Mid-July,
Right.
they're going nuts, and they're kicking ass. So, and tomato plants are just going. Oh my God, they're going nuts. They're eating crazy, and I'm like all real happy about all that.
Oh, so I've got a couple rows of peppers that are just nubs. They're just little stems. I got a family, or I might have told you this last night. I got a family of rabbits that keep eating nothing but my peppers. They just keep eating the leaves and everything off my peppers. They leave everything else alone, but cleaned out every pepper.
Mine are eating the onions. They're leaving everything else alone, but they eat the onions. The
That's
greens
right.
off.
We did have this conversation last night. Yep. All right. Yeah. rabbits, man, and they will flat out make a quick meal of stuff. They will eat it quick.
Yeah,
Rabbit soup. Rabbit soup.
now my onions are still growing because the onion grows underground. It'll still push the green. So
Right.
how big they're going to be because they're growing so much green is another question now.
Then they've got it figured out that they'll give it a little while until they start growing a few more leaves on my pepper plants, and then they'll show up again and eat all the leaves off. And then they'll give it a little while, let the leaves grow back on it. So they're not there every day chewing on it. They'll let it grow a little bit and they'll come back and clean it off. Kill those rabbits. Did you see Skulldrazer?
Crack that whip. Mrs. Jason. Good one. Double knee slap.
I don't need to eat them, so I'll let them go for now until I eat something.
Now you let them go, and you won't have any plants left in your garden. You gotta go. Yeah.
Oh,
I actually got a new trick. I opened up the gate to the garden, and I'm letting one of my puppies run in and out of there. So hopefully that'll keep them out of there.
Right.
This dude last week, I got to jump off of here right now, but this dude last week, he came in with that Let's Go Brandon shirt, like really bright colors, blue background, but just loud and proud, man. And it was really, I went like this, I was like, oh yeah. But all right, guys, I got to hop off, man. She's here, so I'll swab it at y'all.
Have fun.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming up.
Cheesing it, baby. Peace out, y'all. Much love. Lord, Skull, everybody. What's up?
Have fun, man.
Bunny jerky. Think about it.
Bunny jerky. Yeah. I'm serious, man. Bunny jerky. Yeah. I got a backstrap that I got to pound into the schnitzel.
Nice.
I'm going to pound it into the schnitzel.
I've never eaten. No, I have had rabbit. It's been a long time. I've never had. No, I've had squirrel too once. Apparently, I've tried a lot of things at least once, just not often. Rabbit, though, I was a kid when they cooked it. It was a camping trip and over a fire, so I haven't had any of that for a long time.
Right.
And squirrel, the only thing I remember about it, I was in my 20s, and people that came up, they moved up from down south, and they had made some squirrel, and I just remember it being stringy, tough, and kind of greasy.
Yeah.
But it might have been how they cooked it too. It might be in the difference in cooking methods.
Man, I gotta give me something to drink. I'll be right back. So don't freak out. I'm not leaving. I'm just shutting down my picture.
Okay.
But yeah, I gotta get something to drink real quick. And I don't know exactly where that might be.
Yeah, but generally I go to the range a lot, but I don't usually shoot anything unless I'm gonna plan on eating it. Except for like if it's a rattlesnake close to the house or something, or rattlesnakes pretty much. I collect the buttons and usually take the rattlesnake out, but a little different. But rabbits and stuff like that, I generally let them go unless it's something.
Oh man,
down
you
the
should skin them. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should skin them and tan the hide and turn around and utilize the animal. It's good eating.
Oh, you mean the steak or the rabbit?
The meat and the pelt.
Oh, the rabbit. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I know. Like with the snakes, there's a few guys they're from old Mexico, and they like making wallets and stuff. They're two older guys. They uh they're actually, legal immigrants, and they're up here, and they came up here years ago, and they make do kind of like leather working, but they use the rattlesnake skins. So anytime we get some, they always ask us if they can buy them. We just give them to them. We'll skin them real quick. Snake is tricky to skin. You got to start it by cutting it and then get a good hold of it. And then you just pull it off. But if you don't start it right, it'll tear the skin. Have you ever seen? I've seen lots like lots. What did you smoke, Skull? Seeing stuff like colors, kaleidoscope colors. Hey, we got rain tonight, Zach. Came in. I bet you we got a half an inch. Close to it, anyways, which was nice because it's been skipping over us. Got banned. Oh, where'd you get banned from yesterday, Zach? Monster and animals and stuff. Oh, I've seen a lot of monstrous animals, if that counts. Seen some really big mountain lions in the past. Ones that I was glad I was in a vehicle.
Right?
When you see one dipping its tail and ass end into a cornfield, and that thing's way bigger than you think a mountain lion should be, you're like, yep, I'm really glad I'm just driving by. Awesome. Get your drink.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, there's a little problem. Got water in, water out. You know what I'm saying?
I think he must have been giving you gov, Zach. No, you didn't offend me. I was just, yeah. I was sincerely just trying to say root, right? So, root.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I was like, there's a little thing called water in, water out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. And, but you know what else is? It is time for pie.
Nice. Blueberry again?
No, actually, apple.
Apple. Nice. Root. Okay, root. I get to talking again. It's going to come out root. So, yeah. Root.
She probably sounds like a rooster when she says it.
See now, root. Yeah, yeah. Root is when you root for your home team. A root is the lower part of a plant to me. I know. It's how do you
pie, didn't you?
now honestly, how like if you were just talking, how would you say? Would you say it root or would you say it root?
Me?
Yeah,
He'll pull it out by the roots.
root. Okay. Oh darn. I know. You're right. It is root, but I don't know.
There's a lot of people around me that say root. There's a root.
Yeah. It's driving Huckleberry crazy. Every time I say root, she's like, "It's not root, it's root." Too funny. I say it like a chicken.
No, I didn't say that.
He said rooster, like roo, as in the sound same, not the. That's how you pronounce it. Is what he was saying.
Like rooster. Yeah.
she took that one way wrong. Got offended.
She's like a rooster.
He clacking like a chicken, clucking like a chicken.
Bro, yeah, it's like cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's how she took it. Yep.
That's how she took it. Yeah.
Oh, that was actually funny as hell.
Yeah, it is kind of fucked up here.
Cluck, cluck. Oh, heck. My friend. Right on, Zach. You got chickens? Oh.
Hmm. Right on.
Your friends, you cool? Right on. I want to get some more chickens. I haven't had chickens since I had to bury the last one. Bury the last ones. I better say that right too.
No, I'm Barry.
Bury, yeah. And that one, England. We got to drive like people from England nuts. You know, to think about it the way we say it.
I also say wash.
What? Now, see that one? I say wash. I say that one correct. Yep. Oh, around here, dude, you hear wash, yeah, wash everything. Yep.
Yeah, wash. Yeah, wash. Are you washing?
Yep.
I was like,
And
where's this word come from? You just a violent person? You in a war? War. I say that all the time. Wars. Don't know where that fucking R came from, but it's in there.
Yeah. That's just, I think that's how it is with root. It just, that's how, I guess I heard it when I was growing up, and that's how I say it now. Just, that's just what it is.
That's a tricky
But
one, though. It's a tricky one because it's real close, huh?
Yeah. For Huckleberry's sake, I will make an attempt to say root.
On the roots, yeah.
Root.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm talking about a road, though, now. Root.
Oh, shit. Zoom. Man, I tell you what, some of the stupid shit. You see Tucker Carlson? He's just beating the shit out of him, man.
Is
Have
he?
you watched him lately? Oh yeah, dude. He's just nailing him. It's like one of his articles is why hasn't Ray Epps been prosecuted?
Oh, good. There's a lot of people. That's my biggest frustration is why so many of these people, I mean, it is what it is. life goes on. We all got to worry about ourselves, but there is a frustration that there's been no prosecutions. Nobody's being held accountable. And even when
So,
Trump was in there, it just seemed like, nobody was ever held accountable. And I don't think we'll ever get a person in there that'll legitimately, even if they try, they won't be able to because it's so deep that I don't know if they'll ever be able to hold everybody accountable.
well, we take supermajority in the House and the Senate, which we have that capability now. I believe we can.
With good candidates. Having that
Right.
R by their name doesn't
Not
mean they're
Republican, not Republican good old boys, not Democrats of any kind, American firsters. Period.
right. Yep.
We
I don't
give
care
shit.
what's beside their name as long as they're American first. America first.
Right. American first. If I hear that, and they're on that bandwagon, I'm behind them. America first. That means they're against everything we've been dealing with.
Yeah. Right now, our massive, the large farm co-ops, we're about ready to see a shortage of grains, not because we have a shortage of grains, because these corporate co-ops are putting it on the world market, get more money out of it. And that's one of those things that makes me think America first, that you need to make sure we've got enough grain to make to where people here don't have to worry about paying outrageous prices for it and then sell overseas.
Right.
That just bugs me. And I'm not talking, once again, not talking about the little farmer. I'm talking about these corporate co-ops and stuff like that are trying to so weird. Huck called me weird. Hey, I'll take that though. I don't mind being the oddball out.
So,
Yeah, and that's definitely probably regional. But what Emerald was talking about, that's country with the Warsh. Most people I know say Warsh. And it's kind of funny because that's actually a pet peeve with me. I'll like, you mean wash? I'll correct people on it. And so so Huckleberry, I fully understand the root. It's like nails on a chalkboard sometimes when you hear things like that. So yeah, I get it. But yeah, I'm glad Tucker Carlson's going at him.
and it's
Somebody needs to, because half of Fox are as bad as the left, and then the rest of the MSN.
one of his other article named is Biden's mental decline is no longer possible to deny.
he's at the bottom. He's at the plateau.
Right. So yeah, I'm nailing them.
Oh, dude, I was watching some from Sky News Australia. They hammer him too. Sky News Australia. Oh, they don't like Biden.
Yeah, they don't want Biden to run again.
Well, and they have a point. The leader of the free world, and they got that. So the world has him as
Dude's gonna
somebody to
stroke
look
out.
to.
I'm telling you, this winter, this early winter, he'll be stroking out. Late fall, early winter,
Right.
he's gonna stroke out, dude.
Yeah. Right, Huckleberry. They're brutal. They don't pull punches. I think they're going to try to get him to step down or something. I don't know. It's just getting so bad. And now there's all sorts of leaks coming out that all of his aides are really nervous about him.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what Tucker exposed on that article about his mental decline. I've already watched it. Yeah, it's their own people saying it.
Yep.
Oh, Obama scolded the doctor for saying something about it publicly on a Twitter or something.
Yeah, for the same thing that all the left, including Obama, made a big stink about Trump wanting Trump to go through one of those cognitive tests. Trump aced it, and then the guy says maybe Biden should do it too, and then they flip out. It's like, because he wouldn't pass.
Right. Yep. So,
Rules for thee, not for me, is what it is.
especially without his medication.
His medication is probably direct from Hunter Crack.
Probably so. Probably so, dude. I wouldn't even doubt it. Probably some crazy shit like that. Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, even Democrats have to agree that Biden was never really super intelligent to begin with. And if he's on a cognitive decline, that's scary.
Yeah, it is. Right. Well, he embarrassed himself in Israel, and after he left, they got attacked by rockets. It says Israelis run for cover as rockets fired from Gaza following Biden's visit.
Well, they probably saw him try to shake hands with the air again and decided, well, this guy's not going to do anything, so we're safe. I couldn't believe that a second time he turns to the right and tries to shake like literally nothing's hand.
Yeah, I think the Arabs told him to go fuck himself.
Yep.
Yep, pretty much.
They released some federal lands, not much, drop in the bucket. It's coming up on elections, so they're going to get the price of gas down. And that's why when it does get down, I'd say probably September, October, it's probably going to drop to $340, $350, I bet. And I'm going to stock up because as soon as the election's over, they're going to pop it right back up. Or he will. He'll pull all the stuff.
Right. Well, it's already. I've seen $3.99 and $3.89 already around here. In fact, let me check right now.
Yeah. I paid $5.04 yesterday.
Yep,
I think if I drive down
$3.89. I'm saying $3.89, $3.96.
Jeez. Yep. What was the lowest it got there? Because we hit $1.84 for a few days under Trump.
We hit $1.70 around here.
Nice.
I was filling up a 5-gallon jug for $8, $8 or $9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, still the same trucks. I drive a Mack for the cement truck. For the in dump trailer, it's an International, and for the dump truck, it's the Freightliner. Still same ones. And the cement truck and the Freightliner dump truck are 10 speeds, and then it's a 13 speed in the International. That International is nice because it's like a 2017. That thing's a nice freaking truck. Zach, you'll like this. Emerald, you'll like this too. I found a 1972 International Scout I'm talking to a guy about.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Run?
Just, I don't know about there, but around here, that's like a unicorn. They're hard to find.
Right? Yeah, they are. They're hard as hell to find. especially if
Yep.
they're original with original engine.
If this is original with the engine, I'm gonna have to do some work on the engine. It's blowing some silver smoke, but it does run. But it's got no top and just the front two seats. But I can get a top because you can buy a replacement fiberglass top for it. And then the interior, I'd probably, work on it. My mom used to do it, and then one of my sisters does. They do upholstery. So,
Oh, sweet, sweet, yeah. There you go. Not a lot of upholstery in those things anyway.
yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was mostly all just metal and seats.
Yep. The seats are the only upholstered spot. They had like mats on them. They didn't even have carpet on most of them. It was just a rubber mat.
Right. Yep.
Hey, battery. Hey, canoe.
Hey, brothers.
And this is on the floorboard, instead of the rubber mat, they put down a rhino liner, which was actually a good idea. It turned out good.
Oh, really?
But this is a part that'll make you freak out. Right now, it sounds like I might be able to get it for only $500.
Shit, dude. You got space to store it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Even if I don't get the shop built by then, I think I'm just gonna get a tarp.
Well, I thought you had that shop built.
Got the shop over at the other place, yes, but it's packed. But not the shop on this lot. So I got the little guy.
Oh, right. I thought you were building that garage.
Basically like a 3-car garage is what it is, but it's mostly packed with windows, insulation, stuff like that. Basically cycling through. So I know
Start building
it's
the storage sheds.
yeah. And it wouldn't be so bad, but we get a lot of trains, and to get to that, there's no regular crossing. So I have to go way out and around to hit a regular crossing if there's a train, because where to get to where I can go to mine is where they park the grain carts. There's a crossing there, but they park the train cars to be loaded and unloaded with grain. They park them there. So yeah. So I got to go way out to the edge of town and then come back in. Otherwise, it'd take me 2 minutes to get there, but it takes me about 10 minutes to get there because of that.
That's not so bad though.
Yeah, little town America, man. Don't expect if they're emptying grain or loading grain, don't expect to get through that town anytime soon.
It used to be that way with coal cars.
Mm.
You remember coal cars?
Mm-hmm.
Coal cars would tie up a town in a heartbeat, because those things was usually like 8 or 9 miles long, dude.
The town west of me, Sterling, they had to put an overpass in because the people would sit there for hours on coal trains, and especially when they're going through town, they have to slow down. So you got this 2-mile coal train only going like 5-10 mile an hour, and then you got several of them in a row. So you'll have one pull over, and right at the point where you pull into Sterling, it's got like 10 tracks wide. So you got a lot of them that pull over and stop there to let others by, and then one will take off and go, and the other one will take off and go. So you'd be there for a long time. So they had to put an overpass going over all of it.
Oh wow.
Said nice. Old smell. What about spread on? Get in.
Well, come on up.
I don't I don't even know what I bought some ground beef, but didn't even pay attention. It was in with everything else. I don't even know what it was. I just know that half a cart was like $280, which should have been a cart and a half, not a freaking half a cart. I think milk, I did see it. It was around $6 a gallon.
Milk?
Yeah, it was $5.79 or $5.89, right around $6 a gallon.
Holy shit.
I
don't
guess
know what
eggs.
are here now.
I guess eggs skyrocketed too.
Yeah, mine didn't change.
Yeah, I get mine for my sister. So
Hey,
hey, better.
how y'all doing tonight? I walked to the grocery store yesterday to go pick up some stuff, and I looked at the price of beef, and I was like, "When did beef go to $5.45 a pound? Last time I bought some, it was $3.99."
It's getting ridiculous. I mean, I should be
I think
making good money, and it seems like my checks aren't making it as far, and I should be making pretty good money.
I'm paying like 60 to 70% more for everything, and I haven't gotten a pay raise.
No.
Bullshit.
Right now, my natural gas bill is almost as much as it should be during the winter. And as all I got right now on it is a little hot water heater and my cook stove. And it's almost as much as what it should be during the winter, also running the heater.
Although I put a device on my truck that they said would double my gas mileage. I was doubtful after 4 tanks and my gas mileage was dropping. And then the next week it was 34, which it was 15. Following week it was 34. Had a setback. It was 17 last time. So
Nice.
I still got some more research on it.
Nice. Oh, wow, canoe. Yeah, I bet it doesn't take them long to sell out on those.
On what?
I'd be a little leery of buying meat out of the back of a truck, though. There's people around here that'll drive around so often they got like these deep freezes in the back of a pickup trying to sell meat.
Nice.
I know some people buy it, but it's like, I don't know.
That's a good price. Well, if I know who has the truck and I can trust them, I'll buy it out of the truck.
Sure.
I just won't stop, see, oh boy, somebody's selling meat out of a truck and just go buy some. No, that's not safe.
I wish I could go to the local beef plant. The people at the local beef plant, they have or the closest butcher to me is from a family that's had a beef with my family for years. So I got to go an extra 20 miles to get meat.
Canoes has got me thinking. I know a really good butcher. They sell meat right from where they butcher it, and their quality's been pretty good. I might go and check them because they're local. They might sell cheaper.
Right. That's what I prefer to do is try to go in with like 4 people and get a quarter beef. You can get so much better of a deal that way. Half a beef too, if you got a big freezer to store it in.
I only do that if somebody butchers it up so they're smaller pieces.
When I was
I
a
don't want to
kid,
do
right. When I was a kid, we raised cattle, so we always had a big deep freeze. But meat.
People used to do it without a deep freeze. They used to,
Huh.
salt
Dry it. Oh,
the meat.
salt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why the salt trade made a lot of empires so rich, because that was the only way to ship any type of meat, fish, anything. At one time in history, if you had a salt mine in your country, you were a wealthy country.
Oh, there's a big move lately to put desalination plants on the coast.
Oh, right on.
But they're trying to figure out a cheaper way to do it because the Saudis have been doing it for decades and it's very expensive. But they're paying for it with the oil rip. We got too many people and not enough resources to do that ourselves. So we got to find a cheaper way. And they're talking about using domes, solar domes.
Oh, yeah.
Because the way the Saudis are doing it, very expensive. And that's our technology, by the way. We designed it for them.
All right.
That's why they became our friends. One of the reasons, plus the weapons that they don't know how to use. You see, if the Saudis go to war and their enemy doesn't have a trickle down command structure, in other words, if the head of their organization is cut off, they can still operate. But the Saudis
Right.
can't do that. The head of their operation is the Sultan. Cut off the head, they're done. That's why they can't win a war.
Monarchies, it's amazing in the year 2022 that, the world even has monarchies. I think it's just, it's amazing in 2022 that there's still communism active, and that some people believe communism is a good thing. That just amazes me that there's.
I heard some black leftists talking about, one was a professor, about, Trump was trying to make himself king on January 6th.
Oh, yeah.
What are they smoking? That's some good weed there. Whew.
Well, there's a lot of the lefties that get told that by the media. And there's so many lefties that think CNN and MSNBC tell the truth,
Well, it ain't working for them because the lefties are turning against them.
A lot of, I think a lot of the moderate Democrats are. There's still that 8% of the far left that's.
Well, actually, I heard 25% still support it.
Oh God, that's even scarier. If there's 25% of them that believe that. Hey, Don.
Those are the people who would vote for a potato over Trump. Hey, they did.
Where did Wiz go?
His solar went dead, and then he's gonna.
Crap.
He said he had to crash, so
My
I'm
phone
gonna
is
shut
not
down.
charging. This cable sucks.
But I'll go for a while before I close down. Oh. Now Don left. I didn't mean now, Don. I'll go for a while. I'll shut. Yep. I should have. I misspoke. Yeah, I definitely misspoke on that one. I meant I'll close down later, not right now.
Whoops. Oopsie.
So I should be able to go for a good 20 minutes or so yet.
Hey, I've got time.
Cool.
I'm
I-
waiting. Sorry,
Oh, my bad. I'm still stuck not being able to do much until Tuesday, and then I should get my release to go back and everything. But I'm still trying to stay on that sleep schedule so I don't have to like get back on the sleep schedule.
A few days ago, actually Monday, I had an encounter with a raccoon in my backyard. Shot him with a slingshot. Then I realized
Yeah.
I had left the access to underneath the house open.
Oh,
So I closed it right away. We started getting a bad smell in our guest bathroom.
uh-oh. What'd you lock under
So-
there?
That means I have a raccoon under the house.
Oh,
So I left the door open and waiting for about 11 o'clock so I can close it. Hopefully it leaves.
hopefully it's still alive.
No, it's still alive. It keeps stinking the place up every day.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
then
like a
2
dead
days.
smell.
No, it's been there for 2 days.
Okay, right on.
Okay, 4 days. My bad. This stuff makes my Pepsi taste like cherry Pepsi. Hope I still have ice. Damn, that ice melts fast. This is insulated. It's not that hot here. It feels like about 75, 80. I guess I'll just drink the shot.
Nice.
Bobby.
What are you drinking?
Admiral Nelson's spice cherry.
Oh, right on.
It's better with the soda. Not so good by itself. Makes my regular Pepsi taste like cherry Pepsi with a kick.
Oh, cool.
Not enough to get me drunk. Just feeling good. And lately,
Enough to kill the joint pain, anyways. Huh?
it does that. No, it kind of alleviates the anxiety a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
I'm trying to find a better way.
Hey, whatever works. I know a lot of people that have been in construction that have to have a drink or two a night to kill the joint pain and stuff to get to sleep.
Haven't had that problem yet. Now, I worked with a guy. I'd swear he was like 65. The way he acts, the way he looks, he looked like he was 65. Turned out he was only 45.
Hard life.
Dude, you're younger than I am.
Some of those people definitely had a hard life, and you could tell it.
Yeah, I nearly had 20 years on him.
Yeah.
And I was still flexible. He took a step and had pain, joint pain.
Yeah.
So, not bad. It's just like, oh, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's still in the chat. Oh, Huckleberry's still there.
Yeah, Huckleberry's in there. Canoe's in there. Showing
Mhm.
7. I figure I'll go for another 15 minutes.
Well, I went live for about an hour. Nobody came
right
on.
on.
No, 30 minutes. Nobody came on. I need subscribers.
What time was it?
I was on at 6.
Was Aaron
Well-
still on?
6:30. Aaron might have been on
Uh,
because I decided to shut it down. Nobody was coming on, and Aaron
Yeah.
was on.
oh yeah.
It's hard to compete with Aaron.
Yeah. All right. Right on. Canoe, take care. I'll
Night,
keep
Canoe.
it going for another 14.
Don't take Nitol. Nitol is habit forming.
Oh, take care, Huck. Huckleberry's leaving too. Oh, heck,
man.
they're all leaving us, Battery.
Well, I'll talk with you.
There we go. I can go for another, till 11 anyways. Then I got to crash, but I got a few more
11's
minutes.
when I gotta close. 11's when I gotta close the house. So if
11,
don't come back.
Oh, that's right. I guess 11 my time would be 10 your time, wouldn't
Oh, that's right. Darn time zones.
it? Yeah, it gets tricky trying to. I remember mostly that most of the people are 2 hours ahead of me. I always forget that you're an hour behind me.
You're in mountain time then.
Yep. And I think Dawn is on your time also.
Well, I used to be on mountain time.
Yeah, you lived in Wyoming, right?
Yeah, in Arizona.
Oh, I thought Wyoming.
Well, and Arizona.
Oh, Anders. I got you.
I spent a lot of my childhood there.
I got a
Yeah.
uncle and several cousins that live in Flagstaff.
It's a little further south than where I was.
Oh, nice.
I was in Northeast. Northeast
Oh, so
Arizona.
you're up around the
It-
Four Corners area.
Yeah, it's not as hot there as say Flagstaff or Phoenix. Definitely
Right.
not Phoenix, but it is hot.
Yeah.
But
But you get some
it's
cool
dry heat.
summers there, or cool winters, right?
But it's a dry heat.
Yeah.
Is Dante here?
Yeah,
You don't like to
Dante
hear that.
definitely is in an area with dry heat.
He doesn't. He said, "I don't want to hear about it. It's a dry heat."
See, we have a dry heat here too, and I like it a lot better. I just never have been able to take the high humidity very well.
Where's that?
I'm in Northeast Colorado.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the high plains, not the mountains.
I was driving through Colorado, and I stopped at this reservoir north of just above Vail. You know what I'm
Okay,
talking
yep.
about?
Yep.
And I set up camp there, and it was starting to rain while I was setting up. But I was dry in the morning.
Nice.
I had a
Yep.
bivy sack tent.
Do you like the rustic, or do you like the commercialized areas to
Oh,
go
hell.
camping?
Definitely rustic.
Rustic. Go up the Pooter above Fort Collins. That's the last rustic area left, really. Everything else down south is so commercialized. It's just, yeah. I go Pooter because I like the rustic too. I like to be able to hike and then camp in a tent.
Oh, I in the morning I took my bike and rode around the reservoir.
Nice.
I got so winded. I wasn't
up
used to that.
Up
Not
Pooter
used to that
Valley.
high altitude.
Oh yeah, that high altitude. Well, heck, I'm at over 4,000 feet, and getting up there even bugs me because it's just such a difference when you get up into that 7,000, 8,000 foot range.
You mentioned Fort Collins. Last time I went through there, I got pulled over by the police. I didn't get a ticket. I had a headlight out. They said, try to get that headlight fixed. Like, okay. Yes, officer. But the officer was driving a minivan. I didn't even see them. I didn't even see that officer at all because I did not expect a minivan
Yeah, Colorado does not have typical. There's a lot of them. I'd say probably the majority of the cop cars in Colorado are unmarked and they're unconventional. I mean, you'll get SUVs, you'll get pickups, you'll get little mid-sized cars. There's
It was an Astro van.
Astrovan. Yep. Little mid-sized van. Yep.
It would have caught me. That's got a V6 in it.
Yeah. They got up above Pooter. They also got these places that you can rent, like rustic cabins. That are pretty cool.
I had an inline six, so a V6 kicked my ass.
Yeah, the torque, just not the horsepower.
Yeah. The inline six is a great engine, but
Oh yeah.
the V6 has the cylinders on both sides. You have a little more torque. I'd like to study the classic engines like in the Ford Model T and the Model A and stuff like that.
Some of the flatheads and stuff. They're interesting.
They're multi-fuel. You can pour whiskey into it and it'll run.
Oh, a lot of those old diesels. I mean, you could run like straight kerosene and stuff through some of the old diesels.
Well, kerosene's very similar.
Yep.
It burns hotter though.
Yep.
I ran kerosene in my camp stove. There's a
right on.
kind of high grade kerosene. It's JP4.
Well, a lot of the old rum runners, they used to boost the octane of their fuel by running some of their grain alcohol in their cars and give them more performance.
They'll run on it. No problem.
Yep.
Multi-fuel.
Yep. And it's not like ethanol is. I mean, it actually gave them more performance with the alcohol, how they.
If they take that corn and make some grain alcohol, it'll run better. It'll run hotter.
Yep. Basically, almost like running some. We used to when I was a kid, if we went out and did a race on the weekend or something like that, we all, a lot of us had hot rods and even our pickups were souped up and stuff. We'd all get avgas, aviation fuel, and put a gallon of it in the tank. Yep.
With kerosene.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Jet fuel is kerosene. It has a low flash point.
Nice. I know you had to back your timing off to keep from floating your valves when you put that in the fuel tank.
If you're in an airplane and it crashes, you don't want the fuel to burst into flames. So it had a very low flash point. I mean, very high flash point.
Right on.
Backwards. I've seen jet plane tests where they would crash it, and there would be a fire, but it wouldn't be as bad if it was gasoline. It was much easier to put out. That's why they use kerosene.
Holy crap, it's only Friday? Why was I thinking today was Saturday?
I don't know.
This is what happens when
Saturday for you than it is me.
I messed my back up earlier in the week, so they're making me not do anything, and this is what happens. I lose track of time. Got me all messed up.
I do sometimes also. Usually when my anxiety is pretty bad, then I start losing track of everything.
I can get that way if I usually don't have any type of anxiety, but I'm not a fan of really large crowds. So I can definitely get some anxiety during. I
Yeah,
can
more
do
battery
really
power.
well.
My
Yeah,
battery's
I can do.
finally charging.
Oh, nice, nice.
I'm
I can
I'm on
do really
AC.
well in large crowds and stuff like that. I just and I can hide it very well. I just don't like large crowds.
My charge controller went tits up. It the positive input on for the solar panel is all corroded, so it doesn't make contact anymore. So I ordered a
Gotcha.
new inverter. Not inverter. Uh, charge control. I bought an MPPT,
Oh, nice.
so I'm going to a good one. I bought a Renogy 30 amp MPPT, and I can plug my BT1 plug into it. It's a RS232, and I can put it on my phone. And I can monitor everything on it on my phone. I bought it for a charge controller. It's called Wanderer, Renogy Wanderer. Piece of crap. So I hope this new thing is
Bad.
better. Renogy's supposed to be good, but that Wanderer, it said will work with gel, sealed lead acid, and lithium. Doesn't work with lithium. I tried to work through their customer services. Oh, you need to update. You use the updated version. I did. Still don't have it. The older version worked better. Going back to the older version, but it doesn't work like it should. I have lithium. Oh, and my lithium batteries. I found out that this solar array was not charging them for almost 4 days. I still had 12 volts. I was still at 12.3 volts. Now, I was only running lights,
But
but
still,
it
that's
held
a
the
good
power
point.
very well.
Yeah. And you said those are lead acid?
No, they're lithium
Oh, they are lithium. Okay.
iron phosphate. So they're lower capacity than lithium ion or lithium cobalt. Excuse me. This is a higher capacity than what I'm using. This one is
Nice.
this one's 3 amp hours by itself. The ones I'm using, the cells are only 15 or 1.5 amp hours each, but there's more of them in a smaller space. they're 18650. This is a 26650. It's bigger.
Nice. There's a place here. They run electric forklifts, and they change them whether they're good or bad, or whether they're bad or not. They change them every 2 years on the batteries, and I found out I can get the batteries from them at the cost that they'd get for recycling them.
Right. Most of them, actually, all of them I have seen have been lead acid.
Those on I think all those forklifts they have anyways are lead acid. So part of me was wondering if I got acreage, how well they would do on a solar storage.
Well, they should work pretty good, but you're only going to get half the capacity.
Yeah, and they're 48 volt, I think.
So if you have like,
So,
well, on a big battery like that, you should be able to get like 500 amp hours, which is pretty awesome. But it's lead acid, so you only got 250.
Yeah.
That's just an example. I'm not saying that's what they have.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
No. Definitely something I need to check into more, because when I found out that I could get them just for basically scrap lead price, I was like, sounds like something I would be
Yeah.
interested in.
Place I was working, they had a lot of electric forklifts, and they all used lead acid. And I looked at them and said 500 amp hours. I'm like, dang, that's pretty good. I'd like to get my hands on one of these. It's not that much for the space it takes up, and you have to have ventilation.
Right.
It's just
I-
not worth it.
I do know they can get hot.
Yes. There's a lot of current going through them. Yeah.
Right.
Even
I know,
mine
just
can get
talking.
hot.
Oh, nice. Just talking to some of the guys that run them, they're basically setting on top of the battery. The battery stores under the seat on those forklifts, and they said even their butt gets hot from the heat transferring up sometimes.
I can imagine. Do I look less pink now?
What's that?
I turned on some LEDs. So,
Nope, you still look pink.
yeah, I can see that. But do I look less pink?
Nope,
It's
I
the
think you
grow
got
light.
more pink.
It's
Oh,
the grow light. I
right
still
on.
have plants in here. I bought some shade for my my garden. You know, we've been getting some really hot days, and
Yep.
it's taking a toll on my plant. So I bought some shade. I bought I won't get it until Wednesday next week, but I got some shade. It's like 12 feet by 20, which should cover 2 of my raised beds. Then I'll plant my peas because, they need cooler weather, and I bought them too late. So I'm hoping I get something out of them.
Now, on your greenhouse, what do you use to shade it? What type of fabric? Do you put like a canvas to shade it during the summer and the hot days?
I have one.
Okay. Because I'm in the process of buying materials for a greenhouse, and I'm going to put hail screen because we get hail. So I'm putting a hail screen over the plastic to try to, so it doesn't get shredded. And then I want to put some type of tarp to where during the summer, when it gets really hot, I could roll it out to shade it.
It doesn't have a brand name on it, but it's 6 feet by 12 feet is a very porous fabric. Air goes through it, water goes through it, and some sunlight goes through it. I think it's like 40%. It blocks 40%.
And what's it called?
It's shade fabric.
Shade fabric. Right on.
I got it off Amazon.
Okay, right on. I'll check it out. Thank you. Cool.
This is one I bought a while back. It's only 6 feet by 12 feet. I need much bigger, so I just bought a 12 by 20.
Yeah, that 12 by 20, I would need one of those. Oh yeah, Sing. Oh yeah, Zach. Sing definitely gets a lot of hail. We get some serious hail here sometimes. We've gotten hail so bad I've seen it punch a hole through a fender on a car. It's like baseball size.
I seen a guy that came from Colorado, and he got caught in a hailstorm, and his car had a whole bunch of tiny dents, like somebody poured a bunch of marbles on his car.
That's those little tiny, they're like nickel size. Yep. Hey, Colonel Shaw, welcome in.
Oh, Colonel Shaw. Hey, Colonel Shaw, do you get online any time earlier? Because around 5 to 7, I'm on my YouTube. I'm live. I'm trying to get viewers.
Unfortunately, I think that'd be like the middle of the night for him. I'll try to stop by though, if I know you're going on. So
I try to get on after work, but it doesn't always work out.
Because I think like right now for him, that'd be like 6 o'clock. Right now, it'd be like 6 or 7 in the morning for him right now.
I get home at 4 Pacific.
Okay, it's
around.
about 5 my time. Nice.
I
And I
realize
usually get home around 5 or 6 mountain times.
I realize that Colonel Shaw is like another country, and he's a day ahead of us. Just about. But I need viewers.
He's
So
in our
far,
future.
so far, yeah. So far, I've been live 3 times, and I haven't had any viewers on YouTube. On Twitch, I have. I wish I could link them both together, but Streamer costs money.
Yeah. Well, and the worst thing is that so many of these platforms, they don't send notifications out. So many times
Well,
I've even fired up
mine-
here and people had no idea.
There's no reason they should block mine, because mine is not political.
Yeah.
Although on Twitch, I have veered off into the political arena. But on YouTube, I have not. Well, I did tonight. Because I was complaining about the high prices.
Yeah. I try to avoid politics anymore also, but yeah, when we start talking about prices of everything, I start.
It wasn't necessarily political. It was just I was complaining about inflation.
Yeah, the state of the economy. Yep, same here.
Yeah. Today I got off the freeway a little early so I can take some side streets and put my "Don't blame me, I voted for Trump" flag on. I got 2 thumbs up, and that's it. If I drive through Selwood, Oregon, which is 1 town away from mine, I get middle fingers. I get shouting people. They get unhinged in Selwood.
Yep.
Especially over by Reed College. Here's a little backstory on Reed College. If you don't make maybe $5 to $10 million, you cannot send your kid to Reed College.
Nah,
That is
one of those places.
That's an elitist college. And
Yep.
I always get their IQ. You know,
Yep.
always get that when I go by there.
That saying you're number one.
Or their IQ.
Yeah, their IQ. I like that. Yeah. Yeah,
And,
the front range
if
here is bad.
If they get a chance to say something, it's usually when they're behind me. They say F Trump. I'm like, okay, I don't care. How do you like your inflation? I realize you guys. I realize these guys wanted to vote for. They said anybody would be better than Trump, even a potato. Guess what?
They're eating those words now.
They elected a potato.
Yeah. They're definitely eating those words now because just everybody's feeling this. I should be making a crap load of money because I'm doing hauling the concrete, plus hauling dirt for that company, plus I'm doing construction on my own. And basically I'm not making any more than usual if I was just working regular.
You ever notice how young people tend to be anti-Trump?
Some of them, yeah. Actually, a lot of them.
Well,
I'm from a rural. My bad.
I got 2 young ladies at work. One's early 20s, one's later 20s. The one that's in the later 20s, very clueless, liberal, anti-Trump. The other one is a younger one, and she was homeschooled. She's very pro-Trump.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, come from a rural area, and all the schools out here are a lot smaller. So most of even the kids are pretty conservative, pro-Trump.
She's such a pleasure to talk to.
You know, I think the ones that take a minute to think about it and to think of and get past him, you know, saying stuff and look at what he did for all of us, I think everybody ends up liking him because they realize how much he helped the economy and stuff like that.
Most of the young people I meet don't have responsibilities like most adults. They don't have a mortgage, family to take care of, so they can be anti-Trump and pro-Biden because they don't have the responsibilities that require you to buy everything. They're renting.
Well,
you know what I mean?
and you know what the Democrats' number one voter base is? Rich, white, suburban women.
Yeah.
That's their most loyal voter base.
The most middle fingers I get are from drivers in expensive cars that I can't afford.
Yep.
The others are in little beat up 4 cylinders. They're living off the government.
Have you seen this new package that they're trying to put together? It's like 1.3 trillion or whatever. It's supposed to be another bailout package for the people, but hidden within it is a multi-billion-dollar tax hike on the middle class and small business. They're not going after the large business. They're going after small business and the middle class. It's a tax hike that comes with it.
They hate small business. They hate the middle class.
And the big business get them elected.
They claim to say that they're for the middle class, but they do everything to destroy it. Yep.
It's sickening. It's like they're just pushing it as another package to help the economy. But if you look into it, it's just it's a massive tax hike. It'll nail anybody that's small business. Anybody.
Do you follow any black YouTubers?
Black Conservative Patriot. I watch him a lot. I like him.
I watch him more than anyone.
Are the Hodge twins? Are they black? They're black, aren't they? Just light skinned.
I think so. I really haven't followed them because I haven't found them.
Right.
Well, I've been listening to Lionel Harris. You got Black Conservative Preacher, Black Conservative Perspective. They go by the same initials. I met Black Conservative Preacher. Him and his wife. That is a strong black woman, by the way.
Nice.
The ones that, the liberals claim to love, but conservative. Brandon Tatum. I discovered a few more. I can't think of their names right now. One guy that he loves, he does shock videos. No, not shock videos, reaction videos. He voted for Obama both times. He doesn't like it when people talk bad about Obama, but he's starting to come around.
See,
he's listening to these conservatives and saying that makes real sense. He's totally, his reaction is like, "Wow, I didn't know that." He's learning about history, particularly black history.
I've got a cousin that he really liked Obama, and he likes Trump too, though. But he really liked Obama, and anytime I say anything about him, I have to. He's like, "Well, why don't you like him?" Or starts going on. It's like because his policies were completely the opposite of what my beliefs are. And I said, as a person, I was like, he'd probably be fun to kick back, talk to you, have a beer with. But as a leader, he did nothing that I agreed with. Whereas Trump, on the other hand, he, this America First thing, he did everything I agreed with. So yeah, it has nothing to do with the person. It has to do with their, what they do.
What? Colonel Shaw, you're right. Brandy does make me laugh,
Oh,
but it makes me sad too because they're taking advantage of an old man.
yeah,
But
it's getting to the point of elder abuse.
I did get on Twitter because of Trump, but now Twitter is becoming quite boring lately.
They got rid of, had to get rid of all the bots.
Is that what's going on?
Oh,
I thought
I don't know. I just been as
I
far
thought
like I
that's
know
why
that
I thought that's why Elon Musk backed out of the deal.
it is
Now they're
because
suing him. Well,
yeah,
they
and
have
now
to
they've got it.
sue him.
And now if they go to court, they will have to release all the information that he wanted
Yes,
to
they
prove that it wasn't. It's hilarious.
They have to sue him because they're done. Twitter's going to be going bye bye.
Oh yeah, it destroyed their stock
But
when he
they don't,
flashed light on it.
like you said, they didn't realize by suing him, by suing Elon Musk, they have to disclose all that stuff.
Yep.
You think Elon Musk had this in his plan?
I don't know, but it's definitely worked out to his favor. I don't think it was his plan per se. I really think he legitimately wanted to buy it to actually make sure that people could say what they wanted to on there and not get blocked because they had a different, political ideology. And then he got to look and he's like, crap, I'm not paying this much for this.
So Colonel Shaw, you're saying we're boring?
Oh, I know I'm boring. It's all good.
He said all social media is boring. We are on social media.
Social media is pretty boring though. And I admit I'm boring. You guys are lively. I'm bored.
I'm actually having a good time.
Nice. Nice. I'm glad.
I'm watching a lot of these conservatives talking about crazy stuff on social media, mostly TikTok, and it's cracking me up.
Nice. Yeah, TikTok. I don't even watch that. I avoid that.
I don't have TikTok, but I watch the libs of TikTok stuff.
Oh, I got you. To put that much stake in a business where some of these people on TikTok, they're just in full panic if they think TikTok was going to get banned. It's like, man, you need to go out and get out and interact with people in real life instead of just doing just TikTok or just Twitter. And I mean, I'm not, really huge on going out in big crowds and stuff, but heck, I get out there every day. I'm meeting people.
Although sometimes I like it, sometimes, very rarely, if I'm among a big crowd, I want to just go on a rant.
Yeah. I'm usually, if it turns into a big crowd, I'm looking for the best way out. I want to get out of there.
That's always a good practice.
Yep. I never have like massive crowds.
Colonel Shaw, I am not on TikTok, but I do see some TikTok videos.
Yeah, some of those people. Yep. They mock or make fun of the TikTok people.
Yeah, especially all those woke teachers. in elementary school, they do tons of TikTok videos.
Mhm. Well, it seems
They're
like
just smarter.
the more lefty they are, the more they tend to hug to all those Chinese platforms like that.
Yeah. Kind of like our Chinese employee president.
Yeah, yeah. But oh god,
Oh
dude,
my
with
gosh.
the stuff they're finding out
I
now
watched
with that laptop about Hunter. Oh god,
I
that's
watched the videos of his trip to Israel. Oh my God. How can
shook
any
hands with
leftist support this
yeah,
guy?
shook hands with the air again. Yeah, and the
The
sad thing
person
is
was
that's
to his,
twice now.
the only person there was to his left. Shook
Yeah,
his hand,
yep.
they went to the right.
And the
They,
funny thing is, it's like he's shocked. He like stops and freezes,
yeah.
and
What,
he's like waiting for somebody to come up there to bail him out or something.
any super mods watching, pass this on to the Biden administration. Have somebody ready to shake his hand.
Yeah, yeah. I have a person there ready to jump up and shake his hand real quick. It might be better because you know it's going to happen again.
He keeps doing it. Yeah.
uh,
I
yeah, it's
I bet he got off the plane. He's like, where am I?
yeah,
Sir,
uh,
we're going to Israel. Where's that?
uh,
And he's, yeah, man, he's trying to show his support for Israel. Bullshit. I call big
yeah.
time bullshit.
Like I say, prove it through policy, not
Yeah.
through going over there and saying words. Words
Yep.
are hollow. Policy means everything.
I,
That's why
I
I vote on policy.
I like to point out to liberals that I was not a Trump supporter. I admit that.
Neither was I at
That
first.
is true. I was not a Trump supporter. I was actually watching TYT because they were trashing Trump. I was like, man, I don't like this guy. So I was watching them and like, that's great stuff. But after the
I like
election,
my bad. Go ahead.
can you hold that thought?
Yep.
After the election, I was continuing to watch TYT. I was like, these guys are unhinged. Trump won. Why are they still going at him? So I stopped watching them, and good reason. They're not leftists. They are full on socialists.
See, I didn't. I supported Rand Paul initially. I wanted Rand Paul to win. When Rand Paul dropped out, I was kind of frustrated, and then my sister told me, she's like, "You need to check into Trump." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to vote for a reality star."
What?
And then she sent me a video of him giving a speech about, America, and I watched that. And ever since then, I was a supporter, and I voted for him
I
the first
wasn't.
time. But initially, I said I would never vote for him. And then after watching that video, though, it's like, okay, I'll vote for this guy, and hopefully he does what he says he's going to do. And he did.
Here's what happened with me. They I didn't like Trump, and I didn't like it when his speeches that I little snippets that I saw in the media. My problem is I'm watching the media, but they wouldn't shut up, and they were wondering why he kept winning. I said, because you guys won't shut up. That's the truth. The media got him elected. But I was for the one governor that he went against the teachers union, and he won 3 elections in his first term.
I don't remember.
They tried to recall him twice.
Oh, nice. Hey, welcome back, Jason.
And he
Nice.
ran for president also. I was for him first. Here's the reason. he was accepted by the establishment and the anti-establishment, but not enough. As much as the media was covering Trump, it made him more popular. So that candidate dropped out. Say, okay, my parents are for Ben Carson, and I really like Ben Carson, so I went for Ben Carson.
I
get
like
called
Ben. I like
racist.
Ben.
I get called racist a lot still, but I would vote for a black candidate because I think he's qualified.
If they have the same outlook as I did, I don't care what gender, what race, I don't care. If I think they're going to do good, I'm going to vote for them. It's my only concern about Ben Carson when he was running. I didn't think he had that fight in him. He was almost too calm.
If Ricky Rebel ran for president and he seemed the most qualified, I would vote for him.
Who's
You know
that?
who that is? Ricky Rebel. He's a gay man, lives in California. He's pro-Trump.
Oh, right on.
The left hates him
because he's pro-Trump and he's in one of those areas they try to control.
He changed the Village People song that they keep playing at the rally.
Right, Shaw. Yeah, the Democrats are definitely damaging us right now. They're hurting America bad right now. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care if they're gay, straight, whatever.
I don't either. That has no bearing on my decision.
No, it has to do with if I agree with their policies. That's really all it comes down to.
Colonel Shaw, they're not only destroying America, they're destroying the world.
Yeah, unfortunately, the world kind of follows. We've got so much influence economically with us having a massive economy that things happen here, they happen around the world, unfortunately. And with this World Economic Forum, what they're doing to the Holland farmers right now, the World Economic Forum is actually the stem of all of this.
Oh, good. My battery's up to 8% now.
Right on, Shaw. Yeah, that what the World Economic Forum is pushing is getting the Holland's government to do to those farmers over there.
Yes, I want to know about that.
Oh, it's so aggravating. Holland still has a lot of small family farms, like here around here it used to be. Colorado isn't that way anymore. They all got run out, and now they're all corporate farms. But they're trying to do that in Holland. They're trying to corporatize everything. So they're trying to, in my opinion, they're trying to run all the little guys out and corporatize it. And that's death to agriculture right there.
Colonel Shaw, here's a workaround for the not being able to use nitrates. Plant beans. Beans produce nitrates. I planted those in my corn, and I didn't have to fertilize.
Well, and the weird thing is, your plants need nitrates. They need nitrogen. Yeah. Plants need nitrogen. That is their food. The levels that they're saying are so disturbing in Holland, they are not that high. If they were to the points that they say they are, they would have nothing would be fruiting, and then it would get to the point where nothing would grow. And they're still having like top performances on their crops. So it's all manipulated to shut them down.
Colonel Shaw, does Holland produce a lot of corn?
Yeah, Holland is a small country, and I know we're number one, and they're like up there a ways in their production, and they're like tiny compared to all these other countries. It's just that their production off of the land they have is so high that they're a massive exporter.
The thing with corn is it does not use all of the fertilizer, of the nitrates. It wastes most of it. And I've seen satellite photos of the mouth of the Mississippi. Now, most of the corn is raised up in Wisconsin, Minnesota area. And the mouth of the Mississippi is green. That's algae because of all the nitrates washed into the Mississippi.
Now, see, the cool thing about it is the U.S. is so massive in the amount of land we got that we don't have to produce every acre every year to, produce enough. So we've got reset times, summer follow times to reset, and stabilize everything. And a lot of farmers in my areas, especially, some of them are finally starting to use cover crops again to naturally. So on that summer fall year, they'll put something like clover in that'll return nitrogen to the ground and stuff like that. And even and an amazing thing is actually, and people don't think about it, dandelion breaks up the hard soil with their root, plus it gets deeper, so it pulls up calcium and other minerals up higher, so then when they plant the wheat can capture all those minerals.
Yes, I learned that this year, over this winter, and I'm using the dandelion.
It's an amazing little plant. It's got a lot of health benefits, and it's like really good for soil.
You can eat every part of the plant.
Yeah. Yep. And there's medicinal purposes, health purposes, the vitamins, the antioxidants.
The leaves are like lettuce. The flowers,
yep,
you can make tea or wine.
And the roots, you can make tea.
No, the roots you make coffee.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
And you're right, Colonel Shaw. They are creating a food shortage, and it is to control it.
Well, and our corporate co-ops are not helping us out because they're opening up to the foreign markets first before they're making sure that the U.S. has enough grain. So we're going to run into a problem.
All of this government-created food shortages has got me gardening like crazy.
Yep. Oh, that's like Bill and I were talking last night, and apparently it's the same where he's at. Around here, even people in their front yards, you see little gardens popping up everywhere.
And I'm going to learn how to can.
We call them dandelions, Colonel Shaw. They're actually
little yellow flowers.
Oh, what is it's a French term, means lion's tooth. It's dandelion.
The leaves look like lion's teeth.
Yep.
And they have little yellow flowers that look like the lion's mane.
Right.
Blueberries are a superfruit. I have some. They're almost ready.
I
love blueberries.
I planted blueberries. I'm still working on my soil to get the acidity right. We have a real low pH here, so.
Yeah, and thank you for reminding me. I need to fix that myself. They're a native plant here.
Oh, really?
But they're not growing so well. So apparently my soil is not acidic enough. I'm near a river. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Might be. It might flush a lot of the acidity out. Do you have any pine trees?
I'm a half mile of Willamette.
Do you have any pine trees around?
Yes.
Do you have an old blender that you don't use?
Well, the pine trees aren't close enough to leave anything here.
Oh. I was going to say one trick you can do if you could get the pine needles, take those pine needles and water in a blender and blend it up into kind of a slush and pour a little bit, not a lot, because it's like a super punch of acidity, but pour a little bit around each one.
What about sequoia?
Yeah, it should have enough acidity in it. Yep.
That I have plenty of sequoia needles.
Yep. Any of those needles, anything that cones, anything like that should have. Sequoia will have less, so actually it wouldn't be as dangerous also. Like with
I have 100-foot sequoia within 50 feet of my house.
Oh wow.
And it dumps all over my roof and washes down in my gutters and just causes a waterfall over the side of my gutters. So I have to climb up on a ladder. I hate that. Every spring.
Horseflower. Oh, cool. They call them a horseflower.
Oh, working in my garden today, I'm looking at the little plants coming up that I didn't plant. And I found, oh gosh, what is that plant? Wait, let's see.
Word. I need to practice my German. Dutch.
I found it.
Word.
I bought seeds because I didn't see any. Purslane.
Oh, yep.
Hey, Colonel Shaw, do you have purslane? I bought a package of purslane seeds because I wasn't seeing any this year. But
nice.
Working in one of my raised beds, I'm starting to see purslane coming up. Yeah. I'm gonna eat that stuff.
Oops, sorry about that. I just thought of something for your blueberries. Emerald gave me a good tip, and it's something he does. Since blueberries like the same soil that roses do, he puts a blueberry bush, a rose bush, a blueberry bush, a rose bush, and I guess he does really good with them.
Well, I have rose bushes in the front of the house on the north side. I have blueberries in the back.
Yep, and their soil, their acidity levels are pretty close to they thrive in the same acidity.
Well, Colonel Shaw, if you should make sure, because there are poisonous plants that look similar. So, if you can do a Google search on dandelion in the U.S., it'll give you the same plant, I hope.
Well, and even if a person doesn't grow it to eat, the what they do for soil, not many other plants can do.
Here's a good example. This guy bought this orchard. When he went out into the orchard, the trees were not doing so well. They figured just replace them, but there was underneath all the trees was a sea of yellow flowers. And he checked, and they were all dandelion. So the next year, he went out there again, and there was less dandelion, and the trees were doing better. Then the following year, there was just a few dandelions, and the trees were doing great.
I'll be darned.
So he started doing some research. He started doing some research on the dandelion and found out that when the dandelion leaves are pointing up in the air, they're very healthy to eat. When they lay flat, the leaves are dying, and, because as the plant grows, the bottom leaves die, right? That goes with every plant. And those leaves that die are putting calcium back on the surface. They're digging deep into the ground to grab the calcium that's down there and pulling it back up and releasing it on the surface. That's why everything started growing better, because plants need calcium, just like we do.
Yep. And
So
that's
mine's
like
good.
with yep. And with shallow rooting cash crops like wheat and stuff like that, if you run dandelions and stuff before it, that'll pull a lot of that calcium up. And then run also like some clover with it to really put the nitrogen in the ground.
Clover?
That wheat will do phenomenal the next year when you're able to plant it.
Clover. Clover. I got to do some more research, but what I found is clover kills my yard.
I wonder if you have high nitrate in it then.
Gosh, maybe I should turn my whole yard into a garden. Plant some corn.
There you go.
I want to, but the wife wants a yard.
I have one little area of grass.
Front of the house, the yard.
Oh, yep.
The front of the house is a garden. It's the flower bed.
No, nice.
Oh, they put fabric down and they put bark chips on top, and they planted some grass, some that flowering grass. Never done.
Huh.
I put a monkey tree out there.
I'm not a big fan of the fabric. I try never to use it. It works good for weed suppression, but it also doesn't allow the minerals to pass through as quickly or as easily and kind of jam up the minerals going through.
Claim to. They claim to work for that.
Yeah, they claim to allow it through. I pulled up a lot though that they're just packed and mucky and.
There's something I learned from Wizard. He doesn't use the fabric either. He puts mulch.
Yep.
And I've watched some videos on what to do with grass clippings and what not to. You don't put grass clippings in your compost. It kills your compost.
Really?
You put the grass clippings around your plants in the garden, providing that there's no herbicide in.
Right. Huh. I guess it makes sense. It'd probably be a little too rich to.
Well, you don't put a lot. You just put a layer of grass clippings around all the plants, and it's just enough to keep the weeds down and keep the moisture in the soil.
Yep. That's what I do. I actually bought a little wood chipper and branches and stuff like that. I'll even go to the branch drop off in town here and chip a bunch of them and fill up the back of my pickup. And every year I
don't need to do that.
Would chip that. What's that?
I don't need to do that. I can just call the 1-800 free wood chips.
Oh, nice.
All the tree trimming services, they offer free wood chips.
Oh, nice.
And they'll deliver.
Nice. Oh, that's even better.
So I'm gonna I got to work out in the front of the house this year. Try to clean that up because I paid $250 for my neighbor to clean it up, and it's back the way it was. So money wasted. What I need to do is pull all the bark chips off of there, pull that crappy fabric out of there, and change it. I want to. On one side of the house, I have a steep drop off. So that's where I have the monkey tree. But what I want to do, I don't have to move the monkey tree. I want to build a retaining wall around the corner there and eventually move that retaining wall along the west side of the house so I can plant a garden in there too. Right now, I have a slope 30 degrees.
Nice.
I can't plant anything there. I tried planting stuff there and it grew for a while, but I never got anything from it. used
Does
to
the
put
water
everything
not,
to give it
water
water.
doesn't soak in well?
No,
Hmm.
it had too much runoff.
Yep.
So I need to level that. What I was doing was putting tires there and putting dirt in the tires.
Oh, right.
That's not going to look good. That might look good on a farm out in the sticks, but that'll reduce my property value.
Right.
So I need to use actual concrete retaining wall blocks.
Right. I know I had some places that were, if they weren't absorbing water, that either run off or that collect and hold the water. I ended up, God, I bet you I put probably 6 inches of wood chips and rototilled probably about 12 inches down and then mixed it all in really good. And now after doing that last year and then this year, I did a little bit more, just a couple inches. And that stuff, if there's water on it, it just soaks it right up.
Yeah, we were looking at a house that they wanted cash.
Mm-hmm.
It had been trashed inside from homeless people crashing there.
Yeah.
And the backyard, major portion of the backyard was soggy. You walk around and you start to sink. The water was so bad back there. And we still wanted to get a loan for the house, because the house looked pretty good, had good bones, but it needed some severe cleanup before anybody moved in. There was black mold in several of the rooms.
Oh, yikes.
Well, they wouldn't take our offer. They said they wanted cash. Only cash. So the house is still empty and it's been about 10 years. So they're paying taxes on that. And they haven't
They
made their
should have
money
sold
back.
it.
Yep.
They should have sold it. I know I ended up getting about 9 or 10 yards of sandy loam soil too here. And actually my yard right now is almost like potting soil in the backyard now.
Nice.
I got a little carried away with the wood chips, but it grows good.
Right now in my garden, I planted 2 sweet hot bell peppers
Nice.
and 2 Tabasco. I tried those last year. Oh God. What was that? There was something running and all of a sudden it stopped. I think it was my fan. Now
Oh,
it's getting warm. Fan was running, now stopped. So the battery's dead. And I put 2 Cherokee purple tomatoes in the same raised bed. And they lost some of their blossoms because of shock. So they're pretty much starting over. And on the other bed, I've got 2 sun gold cherry tomatoes. And I planted some cucumbers and some beans, pole beans.
nice.
The idea is the pole beans will go up over, and then I will make the trellis over the top of the garden of that raised bed and give it some shade. Have you ever seen the forest garden? It's a YouTube channel.
I've seen Emerald's, how his is
Oh,
arched.
The garden forest. This guy raises his garden in his fruit tree, within his fruit tree,
Oh,
and
nice.
it goes great. So, plants like tomatoes need a lot of sun. But have you ever seen the tomatoes on a 100-degree day?
Oh yeah, they get wilted quick.
Right. Well, his garden doesn't do that. So there is
Just
something.
enough sun.
Yeah, there is something to the shade. I put a shade cloth like this one over my tomatoes last year, and it helped. But if I can use natural shade, like the beans, those beans are growing fast. They were growing fast, sitting in a 12-gallon tote. I just kept adding water every day, but they were winding up around each other. So I took some time and separated them, planted them. There was like 3 plants in each pot. I didn't bother to separate them. I just put them in the ground. I had 6 of them. And I put poles next to them and put stringers going across. And when they get up above that, I'll attach it to the wood that's above them and have them produce shade. At the same time, they're putting nitrates in the soil. So
Yep.
I'm thinking about putting some corn in.
Oh, right on, right next to.
I planted pole beans within the corn last year, and they wrapped around the corn. So they both grew well together. All right, I'm going to have to call it quits now.
You lost your mic.
Yeah, my wife's calling.
Okay, right on. It's a good time for me to shut her down anyways. So thanks for chatting, man. We'll talk to you later. Everybody in chat. I see there's 6 of you. I don't know who's still here, but I don't know if my chat froze or just nobody's chatting, but we'll chat with everybody later. Thanks for coming by. I hope everybody has a good day tomorrow. Take care, everyone.